Summer is the season for flying saucers among UFO enthusiasts in Japan. In mid-June of 2020, a mystery unidentified white balloon with a linked cross-propeller-shaped object was sighted in the skies of Sendai and Fukushima region, Japan's well-known UFO hotspots. At 7 AM, witnesses reported seeing a strange flying object that resembled a hot air balloon. Japan's meteorological agency denied releasing any observational equipment. Miyagi Regional Council Police sent a helicopter to inspect the object, but were forced to return due to inclement weather. According to police, the flying item vanished without disrupting commercial aircraft lanes. It was not the first time. In December 2019, Fuji News Network reported capturing video of a similar glowing object flying at high speed in Iwaki City, Fukushima region. Well, what was that object and why did it appear in the same place again? Can the object be called a UFO? Let's find out. According to Takeharu Mikami, head of the International UFO Laboratory, an organization committed to professionalizing UFO research and making it accessible to everybody, 452 UFO sightings were verified in only 1 year in Japan. The International UFO Lab opened on the grounds of the UFO Interactive Hall, a facility containing around 3,000 pieces of UFO-related artifacts and information. The facility opened on June 20th, 2021, which was called UFO Day after the first documented UFO sighting in the United States. As per Japan Times, UFO enthusiast Takeharu Mikami was put in charge of the study center as its director. Mikami publishes in a journal called Mu every month. The magazine explores a broad variety of topics, including ancient civilizations, UFOs, super science, and psychic skills. While Mikami does not seem to have a scientific background, he hopes to research these flying objects with the UFO Museum's curator, Sugio Kinoshita, according to local news source Fukushima Minpo News. Mikami said that the lab has received 452 items, claiming to reveal UFOs since the lab's start. Using the lab's analysis tools, 125 pictures and 24 video clips were proven to contain visuals like UFOs. The photographs were examined by the lab to see whether they included any flying objects or natural phenomena. They also used software analysis to determine whether or not the photographs or videos had been manipulated. 4 objects were made public that very likely reveal UFOs. The first is a photograph that was shot in September of 2018 in the Tateyama mountain range of Toyama town in Japan. The photograph shows a dark oval object flying high in the sky. The thing is visible in only one of numerous images taken consecutively, therefore it's not a bird, Mikami said. The object is seen in only one of multiple photos taken successively. There is a good chance that it is an unidentified flying object. Another photograph was obtained in August of 2021 close to the summit of Mount Senganmori, which is about 462 meters above sea level and is a pyramid-shaped peak famous for UFO sightings. This photograph shows an object that seems to be a saucer. Mikami is apparently of the opinion that Senganmori Mountain in district is an actual hub for alien activity, as stated by The Sun. Researchers who study UFOs are familiar with this region, since residents there often report seeing unexplained flying objects. This is the reason why it was chosen to house a UFO research facility. The museum features a collection of around 3,000 papers and other objects relating to extraterrestrial craft, some of which are on display for the general public. Members of the lab include people from a local chamber of commerce and industry, in addition to special researchers who are accountable for spreading the results of the lab in English. The general public has the option to become members by paying membership fees that range from 10,000 yen to 30,000 yen. Memberships are valid for 1 to 3 years. According to a report from Yahoo Japan, the reason that location was chosen for the institute is that the local region has a history of mysterious aircraft sightings dating back to the 1970s. According to Asahi News, one of these occurrences involved the sighting of a bright object in the form of a cone that was seen flying over the town in the 1970s. Alien enthusiasts also traveled to Mount Senganmori in the hopes of catching a glimpse of a flying saucer. A few years ago, the pilot of a surveillance aircraft was surprised when the plane's infrared detecting gear detected something moving unusually. The object was around 10 kilometers ahead of the aircraft and was not only invisible to the human eye, but also appeared on radar. The object disappeared from the infrared detecting gadget less than a minute later, and the crew verbally reported to the control center that they had lost sight of it. Astonishingly, the plane crew never filed an official report of the encounter. In Japan, the number of people who claim to have seen UFOs is quite low when compared to the United States, although there are legends and myths regarding extraterrestrials and and UFOs. One of the oldest legends is the tale of the Teitori Monogatari, also known as the Shining Princess, written in the early days of the Heian era by an unknown author. The legend has it that an elderly bamboo cutter discovered a newborn girl hiding within a dazzling bamboo stalk. The girl later became known as Princess Kaguya. When she grew up, she became an enigmatic lady. Kaguya fascinated everyone around her with her supernatural appeal, and many men, including the Emperor, offered to marry her, but she declined all of them. She told them that she did not belong on Earth and must return to the moon. According to the legend, sometime later, a delegation from the moon came to Earth to return Kaguya to her home planet. The Emperor's soldiers tried to guard Kaguya, but she was carried back to the moon. There are other myths like this one in Japan, and its people believe that there are beings in the universe who are more powerful and intelligent. It could be said that because of so many myths in this country, Japanese people often report seeing UFOs and extraterrestrial. Since the presence of UFOs may pose a danger to Japan's peace and security, Japanese politicians have addressed this issue before the Japanese government on a number of occasions. For instance, Yamane Ryuji, a member of the Democratic Party of Japan, mentioned on March 10, 2005, during a meeting of the General Affairs Committee of the House of Councillors, that many unidentified flying objects, UFOs, had reportedly arrived on Earth, and that the arrival of a significant number of UFOs could bring problems for Japan's defense. In answer to a query posted by Yamane, the previous Minister of Foreign Affairs, Asotaro said that he had never seen any UFOs in person, but that his mother had enthusiastically shared with him that she had seen them. Since the beginning of the epidemic, there has been a recent uptick in the number of people who claim to have personal experience with extraterrestrial UFO sightings. After recordings of US Navy fighter planes discussing UFOs were made public by the Pentagon, the Defense Minister of Japan, Konotaro, said that pilots of the Japan Self-Defense Forces had never come into contact with UFOs. Despite this, the Japanese Ministry of Defense has prepared and made protocols for the Japan Self-Defense Forces to follow if they come into contact with extraterrestrial spaceships. Although Japan has created protocols to deal with UFO sightings, these procedures are consistent with the legal framework that is already in place to deal with airspace incursions by aircraft belonging to other countries. When a foreign aircraft enters Japanese airspace, Japan's Self-Defense Forces pilots are required to conduct scrambles to warn and order the foreign aircraft to depart Japan's territory. They are also authorized to use force to protect Japanese land. However, Japan's present legal framework and defensive capabilities are not prepared to deal with airspace invasions by unidentified flying objects. To tell you the truth, not a single nation on Earth is ready for contact with intelligent extraterrestrial beings. If the stories described in the movies are accurate, and they indeed possess laser cannons and other cutting-edge weaponry, then the only one who can save us will be God.